Adventures of Chocolate and Friends, Zoo Miami, by Dr. Nyman for the students of the Key to Learning, February 2024, Volume 9 of Critter Chronicles. Once upon a time, Chocolate and 7 critter friends left the Key to Learning on an extended field trip with their trusted babysitters, Dr. Nyman and Mr. Wynn. It was a sunny day to head south. We were headed to Miami, Florida. Our group was especially happy to go to Miami as they had heard of this town. So after a prepared lunch, we began our rat race in search of Critter Connection that would take us through Zoo Miami. Their babysitters had picked them up from their temporary substitute babysitters, Mr. Rex and Mr. Russell. We were running them to the finish line when they insisted we pose for selfies in front of the zoo animals as our owners would want to see them. We posed for a selfie with the flamingos, and this reminded us about Fiona the Flamingo story. Dr. Nyman reads to us. Do you know that they get their color because of what they eat? Ask your teachers to teach you more about them. The lions sleep today. We were very quiet for this selfie and tried our bestest not to wake the sleepy lions. But Teddy giggled, which made Dottie laugh out loud, who made Oswald hiccup, which made Slash and Sharky gasp for air, which caused Chocolate to say, shh, which woke Rocket, who was dreaming with food and exclaimed, lunchtime, which made Drew return from his magical flight and accidentally fluttered over so slightly the lioness awake. The lioness awoke with a roar and looked at us and carefully walked to the pond for a drink. That was close. What if she wanted a snack instead? Exclaimed Chocolate. Right next to the lion's den, we stumbled upon the tigers. Teresa, the tiger mama, had 2 cubs, Teresita and Tonicito, who she was ensuring would stay safe indoors, but had warned us about the next exhibit with the elephants and their excellent throwing skills. The next zoo exhibit was indeed the elephants, but not before we spied another sign indicating the direction to Critter Connection. That is when Oswald exclaimed, we must be getting closer to Carlos the Cuban crocodile. As we were posing for the selfie with Elsie the elephant, Natalia, the zoo volunteer, had warned us about the poop-throwing elephants with great aim and how we should take cover and hide from flying poop. She helped scoop us up and tossed us inside our multi-purpose, handy-dandy, cinch, parachute, thingamabob carrier and handed us to our babysitters. We finally reached Carlos, the Cuban crocodile, who posed with us nicely, and we even heard him say, "Que vola, mi amigo." We did wonder where the monkeys and orangutans are located, and the tapirs, said Slash. As we saw the monkeys and orangutans, we quickly posed for a photo and scurried on to the next exhibition. The rush was 2 parts. The rat race and to reach the Critter Connection, and also because the monkeys were monkeying around and we got carried away thinking that if there were only 10 of them and they had a bed to jump on, we would be here for the count. So we left really fast. Slash was happy to pose for a picture with the tapir, as he had been asking for them. At least he stopped looking for green temporarily. All the other critters' friends were very appreciative. We saw the sloth bear and must have gotten contagious with their slowness that Mr. Wynn had to hold one of us up. We got to meet Reina the rhino and her calf, Ricardito. He made a show for all of us as he was splashing on his back. It looked like so much fun that Dottie and Slash wanted to join him. We came across a huge bamboo tree. Mr. Russell, our second substitute babysitter, had taught us that many folks use the stalks for baseball bats or fishing rods. We found Drew attempting to do the same thing, as he wanted a bat in case he gets to meet the Marlins and gets a chance to play with them. This is when Mr. Wynn also mentioned that many folks also use these to make floating rafts to cross oceans and get to freedom, such as the Cubans who flee their country to reach Miami, Florida, for an opportunity to live in a free country. The youngest critter, Teddy, who will be 2 in March, insisted our babysitters take us to Critter Connection and mumbled something about winning and getting there fast. So we did both, get there and win. In fact, our prize was so huge, enormously gigantic and monstrous, we simply had to leave it behind. Until our next adventure. The end.